Today, you're going to be learning how to make this home care agency brochure for your own agency or small business so that you can begin marketing your services. If you're a new business owner and you're just getting started and you're looking for ways to learn how to DIY your marketing, this channel is for you. Go ahead and like and subscribe, and then hit the bell icon so that you will be notified whenever we post new content. Now, the reason why I chose to start with a brochure is because working with home care agency owners, I know that this is one of the first things that you need in your marketing toolkit. You're probably going to be visiting hospitals, assisted living facilities, and other types of businesses to get new clients. So you're going to need your logo, you're going to need your brochure, you're going to need a business card, your website. So this is one of the goals for this channel, is to help you put all these things together. And if you invest enough time, you can do this and make it look just as good as the professionals. Then after that, we will also be teaching you how to drive business to your company using digital marketing. This particular tutorial is about making a brochure, so let's go ahead and get started. If you've never heard about Canva, Canva is one of the coolest softwares that you can ever learn, especially if you intend to do your own marketing. And maybe you may not have a background in marketing, but you want to learn a very easy, not so time-consuming way of how to do your own graphics design, make marketing materials. Canva is certainly the best tool on the market for that. The good news is it's free, 100% free to do most of the basics. Then if you want to go a notch higher, you can sign up for the pro version as well. But for this tutorial, everything I'm going to be teaching, I'm going to try and make sure we confine it to the free version of Canva. So the first thing that you're going to do is go ahead and go to your browser, and in the address bar type in canva.com, canva.com. And if you don't already have a Canva account, you're going to need to sign up. Go ahead and click sign up, and you'll be presented with something like this or similar. This is giving you different options. If you already have a Google account, like a Gmail address, you can continue with Google. It'll bring up a window with your Google account, and then you can just click to sign up that way. If you don't have a Google account, you can use any of these other options. Once you click, the process will be pretty self-explanatory on how exactly you should proceed. So go ahead and go through the sign up process, and I'll meet you on the next window when you will now be logged in. So once you finish signing up, you're going to eventually land here at the Canva home screen. And I'm going to ask that you go ahead and click on this search box and type in home care brochure. So you'll be presented with so many different options. I'm going to go ahead and just use this one. It's generally for medical care, but we'll convert it to make it for a home care agency. So the next thing, you'll click on customize this template, and then we can get started doing just that, customizing the template. So once we get here, we're now ready to start creating the brochure. But one thing that I have to mention, which you're going to hear me say on this channel a lot, is the importance of content. Content is king, and the way you formulate the messaging about your business is going to make or break your business. It's going to allow customers to come to you or to just move to another business that's doing the exact same thing as you. So you have to start. The foundation of marketing is to start by doing a marketing strategy. You can do a very, very simple marketing strategy. And basically what you want to do is to ask yourself some of the most important foundational questions about how you're going to market the business. We will do a full in-depth tutorial on making a marketing strategy, especially for home care business owners. But in a nutshell, ask yourself, what makes you unique over other businesses? Why should people choose your service versus the agency next door? Marketing strategy allows you to gather your thoughts about your goals and how you're going to present your business to your audience. Okay, so now that you've heard my marketing strategy and content rant, now let's get back to our tutorial. So I'm going to assume that you've taken time and you've prepared content, good quality content. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to minimize my window and have my windows side by side so I can start copying and pasting my content and replacing the content that is on the template. And here's our About Us section. It says, Faithful Texas Home Care is a trusted non-medical home care agency providing compassionate and personalized care to individuals in the comfort of their own home. Our caregivers embody the true Texan spirit, delivering compassionate care with the warmth, respect, and hospitality that define our great state. You see, I've taken time to communicate what's unique about us as Faithful Texas Home Care Agency. So I really want you to take some time and do the same for your agency. Think about what makes you unique, what makes you different. In the case of Faithful Texan Home Care Agency, it's that we provide that Southern hospitality, that service with the true Texan spirit. So now we're just going to go ahead and start the process of copying our text and removing the text on the template. So I will select my text here. I'm going to right click and hit copy, or you can also go to edit, copy, and then you're going to double click inside whatever given box that you're going to put your content into, and then just do paste. You may need to expand the section a little bit like this. Make sure you don't go too far out, because as you see that there are some small lines here that show where the brochure is going to fold. So just try to keep it more or less where the original text was. But I see that mine is a little bit long, so I'll just stretch it just a little bit. And there we go. About our company. Now I've got my About section. All right, then I'll move on to my Why Choose Us section. So I'll select my Why Choose Us text. And I mean, if you want, you could type it in directly, but I think it's good to work off of a document like this, maybe a Word document or a Google document, so that you can also see when there's need for spelling corrections, etc. So I've put my Why Choose Us sentence. And then I'm going to also just do the same as the template here, have 3 points that talk about what makes us different. So I'll select here, delete what they have, and paste my own. So you see, this is starting to shape up in terms of the actual written content. This is all my original content. The next thing that I've got here is our tagline. Our tagline is Southern Charm, Caring Arms. So then we'll paste that there. I'm going to probably just make this a little bit bigger. You can select it and then just use this area right here to make it a little bit bigger. Beautiful. This is coming together very nicely. Okay, now the next section is our logo. So if you don't already have a logo for your business, I really encourage you to get a professional to do your logo and your branding. However, if you do decide that you want to DIY your own logo as well, you can use Canva to make your logo. And I'll probably do another tutorial on that at some point. But for now, you can go ahead and just keep this little emblem and then write your business name here just as a placeholder until you have your logo in place. So if, for example, Faithful Texas is my fictional company's name, here you can put Home Care Services. And then stretch it out so that it fits. So you can do that in your case. In my case, I already do have a logo. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click Upload. And then I'm going to go ahead and click Upload Files. And then navigate to where I have my Faithful Texas Home Care logo. I will then delete the placeholder logo, click once on my logo, and then position it to where it should be. If you ever make a mistake during this process, you have this undo, or you can click Control Z or Command Z if you're on a Mac like me. So Faithful Texas, now I've got my logo there, looking good. We are in business. Oh, right. So this is coming together really well. Always, when you have your logo, you'll probably want to have an inverted logo version as well, which is something that will work on dark backgrounds. So I would bring in my Faithful Texas Home Care logo here. If you don't have an inverted logo already, you probably want to reach out to whoever did your design and get an inverted version. I made Faithful Texas Home Care in Canva, so I'm going to go ahead and just make my inversion here. So here, you see, now it's a white logo with blue versus being a blue logo with white. So make sure whenever you have your logo, you've got your normal logo and then an inverted logo for dark backgrounds like this. Okay, now that you've got your logo, you've got some of your content here, now it's time to replace the rest of the content with your own. So here particularly, you're going to do your contact information, your phone number, for example. So just put in your real phone number. And remember, when you want to modify something, you just double click in there. I think it's 2 or 3 clicks. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Just like 2 or 3 clicks into that box. That'll highlight everything, and then you can make your changes. So here you will put your email address. And it's really important to have a professional email address. You really don't want to be using your Gmail when you're now in business. It kind of makes you look unprofessional. What we're trying to do is you do your own marketing, but still make it look professional. So if you need help with doing some of those things, go ahead and reach out to us at KGY Digital, and we'll be glad to assist you. So here, if you don't have an address, for example, I know a lot of new businesses don't have a brick and mortar office, or maybe you don't want to certainly don't want to put your home address there. You can just delete this, click on it, delete it, delete that address section, and just work with email address and website. Also, if you don't have a website, that is one of the services that we specialize in here at KGY Digital. Get in touch with us. We can give you a discount for watching this video, $400 off our home care starter package. So for a limited time only, we will be offering our home care starter package to people who mention this video. Check us out at kgydigital.com if you would like to learn more about that. All right, so you've got your email there. Hopefully you got your website there. And now let's see, what else do we have to modify? I think this is looking good so far. Actually, I'm going to put a info at faithfultexas.com and my website www.faithfultexas.com. All right, so now this section, this is the front of your brochure. You really want to make this as compelling and eye-catching as possible. So I would recommend that you really think of a good headline to replace this with. So for example, you could, put something like, senior care. That's okay. But I think what's most important is that your headlines should make people feel like this is speaking to my need. So mine, I'm going to double click in here and type in reliable caregivers. Double click on care and put caregivers. Of course, the word caregivers is huge. We'll just highlight it and then use this section here to decrease the font size. Just keep clicking the minus until it gets to the right size. I'll just make it just so that it aligns with this E. That looks good. The next thing I'm going to do is, you notice that reliable caregivers, you need a little bit of space between reliable and caregivers. So I'm just going to click on caregivers and then push the down arrow a couple of times so that we separate those two words. Now I also want to move reliable caregivers to be a little bit lower. So I'm going to click on reliable. I'm going to hold down the Shift key and click on caregivers. That will select both of them at the same time. Then I'm just going to pull it down with my mouse so that it's like here in the center. That looks a lot better. All right, here I will make this a sentence. Reliable caregivers you can depend on. Let's say that you can depend on. That you can depend on. Reliable caregivers that you can depend on. So I'm just going to click on my that you can depend on sentence and just make it a little bit bigger so that it aligns with the E and the S. Everything is kind of aligned, and you've got like a little bit of a boxed statement. Alignment is very important. It's really what differentiates the amateurs from professionals. So spend time making sure things are well aligned and, looking pretty good like this. Faithful Texas Home Care, reliable caregivers that you can depend on. Oh, I want to work with this company already. Okay, so our first page is almost done. Now we just need to replace these two images, and then we've got a good first page, and we'll move on to the second page. So here's what you're gonna do. You need photos, you need good photos. And I'm assuming you've not probably had the budget or the people to hire maybe models who can model for your company. Since you're not there yet, what you're gonna use are what we call stock photos. You can go to a website, for example, Pexels, PEXELS.com, and find some really good free stock photos that you can use. And here you can just type in, for example, senior care, or you can type in caregivers, for example. So I chose to just type in senior care, and you can look through these photos and see if any of these photos would work for your brochure. Now, just when you see a section like this that says sponsored photos iStock, these are additional photos that if you click, it'll take you to another website where you'll have to probably pay for them. So you can, if you want, you can do that. But for now, I'm just going to go ahead and use something here on Pexels. Let's see, what can we use here? Let's type caregiver. Yeah, I think I like something like this. This is like companionship care, right? Potential caregiver. Of course, she's not wearing a uniform. Usually in some companion type settings, they won't be wearing a uniform. They'll be just dressed like this. So you can decide to go a little bit deeper and find something else. But I'll go ahead and use something like this. And then maybe if you want to look for more, you can look for like nurse. And try to find something that looks home care like, that looks like it's relevant to home care. All right, for me, I'm gonna go ahead and use that wonderful picture that we just saw. Here where it says free download, click on the arrow, and I usually select 1920 by 1280. You can get a really big version like this, but you don't need a photo that big of a size. So go ahead and click on large and download the selected size. That's going to download into your downloads folder or wherever you keep your downloads onto your computer. Now that we have that, let's go back to Canva, and we're going to delete this original image. Go to our uploads section, click upload files, and then double click on this Pexels photo. Now what you want to do, because you want it to go in here, you can drag it, click on it and drag it into that frame. Look at that, we've already changed it. If you double click on it, you'll be able to shift the angle. So I'm going to shift so that they're both kind of in view. And there you go, that looks good. Let me make the old lady more visible than the young one. There you go. This looks nice. So moving on, you need to also update this section with another photo. And so go back to Pexels. And Let's just type senior care again and look for something that would work in that section. I think this is too much like the other one. Yeah, you can probably use this. Let me see. There's one that I saw which I thought was pretty good. I think this is a good photo that you can use. Click the large and download selected file. Now you go back to Canva, click upload files, upload that file. And once it's there, you can drag it and, well, first let's delete this one. Drag it and replace that frame. That looks nice, right? Look at that. The first page of our brochure is done and ready. Wow, we're making good progress. Now, I mentioned branding and colors. You want to match your colors for your brochure, like I said, to your logo. So let's go ahead and do that right now. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to change this dark blue to be more like my Texas blue here. And then I'm going to change this one to be a little bit of a darker blue. Maybe I might sample this color right here on her sweater. By the way, the colors you choose must be your brand colors. So I'm assuming that you already have brand colors. I'm establishing a new brand here, so I'm just going to go ahead and pretend that those are my colors, the ones I'm going to be choosing. So I'm going to click here, move this out of the way, click it to hide it so I can have more space. I'm going to click on my color here, select the color that's similar to my logo, and then click change all. What that will do is that's going to change all of the dark blues to be this teal color of my brand. So let's go ahead and do that again. I click here, click there, and it's going to transfer all of these dark blues to this teal color. So change all. There we go. This is looking like faithful Texas. All right, and then for this blue color, I'm going to pick something like this dark blue here. Actually, I had put aside a note with my actual hexadecimal color. If you don't know about hexadecimal color, when you establish your brand, the colors are going to have a code. So maybe if you already have your logo and your designer gave you color codes, this is where you can input to tell Canva exactly the exact shade of blue that matches with your brand. So for me, because I cannot find my hex code for my fictional brand that I had just created before this tutorial, I'm going to go ahead and sample a blue here, something like that, and I'll do change all. So all my blues are going to change to this blue. Now I know what you're thinking, this looks hideous, and that's because my text here should actually be white so that it's more visible. So I'm going to click on all the black text. I'll click on one and then I'll hit shift, click on another, click on another. I'm still holding down the shift key so that it can select a lot of them. I'll click on another, and then I will say go to text color and click white. There we go. How does that look? This is looking really, really good. This Get in Touch with Us should also be our company's blue color. Now, look at that. This is beautiful. All right, so let's go ahead and finish the brochure. Let's do our page 2. Look, Canva is already giving you a little bit of a preview. I'm going to expand this so you can see. It's already giving us a little bit of a preview of what this is going to look like when it's printed. And look, they actually give you a little bit of a mock-up here. This looks really good, really legitimate, and we just made this right now. So I hope you're enjoying this as much as I am. Let's go on and do the inner pages. As you can see, the inner pages are still this doctor's office. So let's go ahead and replace that. We're going to need an image here. I'm going to decide whether or not I should keep this. If you want, you can put your picture here as the owner, or maybe another person. I'm not going to put my face to this because, of course, this is a fictional company. What I'm going to actually do is use this section for something else, to highlight something else. So, but for now, let's do what we can over here. Our colors are good. Let's change these black colors right away. I'm going to click on one, then I'm going to push the shift key on my keyboard, click on another. While I'm still holding it, I'll click on another, and then I'll click on another. That'll select all of those, and I'll go to text color up here, and then change that to white. There we go. So all that's left is now to put our services. But like I said earlier, I would like for our services, I'm going to actually put more services than they've done here. So under our services, let's just write a paragraph. I forgot to prepare a paragraph for this. Get compassionate home care services from superb caregivers who truly care. Of course, I need to put more effort. I can't use the word care twice. From superb caregivers who truly desire to see you live your best life. Something like that. This text is a little bit faint in my opinion, and it's small. I'm going to just expand that by making that size 10. Then I'm going to make it a little bit bold. I'm doing this for seniors and people who are elderly. So I want them to be able to see clearly. So I'm going to do that down here, up here as well. Make that a little bit bold. Just expand it. I hope you can follow along. All right, get compassionate home care services from superb caregivers who truly desire to see you live your best life. That's like a run-on sentence. Get compassionate home care services from superb caregivers, period. And say, we truly desire to see you live your best life. Call us today. There we go. That's better. Get compassionate home care services from superb caregivers. We truly desire to see you live your best life. Call us today. Nice. That's much better. All right, from here, so we've got dental services, we've got all these. These are not really relevant to us. So I'm going to go ahead and just delete most of these. I'm going to keep one as a template. So I'm selecting everything here. I'm going to just hit the delete key on my computer. Then I'm going to select all of these. Okay, I'll select the teeth, I'll select dental service, and I'll select this text. I'm going to move these down a little bit. There we go. So now I need more space because here are my services. I've got a list actually. Companionship, meal preparation, light housekeeping, transportation assistance, grocery, shopping and errands, medication reminders, personal grooming, bathing and dressing, mobility assistance. That's how I've formatted our services. If you want, you can add detail to each of these bullets. For this tutorial, I'm going to just use the main name of the service. So what I'm actually going to do, I'll delete this detailed text, and then I'm just going to keep the icon and the name of the service. So here's what we're going to do. Obviously, we don't do anything with teeth. So we need to find a little icon that matches this service that we're doing. If you want, you can find an icon for each of these services. Or to make it simpler, you can find one icon that's generic that works as a bullet, which you can put next to all of them. That way you're not looking for a whole bunch of different icons throughout Canva. But I'm going to go ahead and look for icons for each service just for the sake of this tutorial. So the first service we have is companionship. I'm going to copy that. Go to dental service, double click, and then right click and paste companionship. So I'm going to delete these teeth. We certainly don't need teeth. Then I'm going to type in friend icon, companionship. It's like a friend, right? So here it says graphics. Click see all so you can see more of these. Now, just so that you're aware, anything that has this little crown is for the pro version. If you add that to your document, at the end, Canva is going to ask you to upgrade in order to print your brochure. So I'm going to look for one. Sometimes you can actually click the filter here and filter it by free, but it doesn't give us that option. Let's look and see, is there not a free companionship icon that we can use? Yeah, here's a good one right here. So this is free. I've clicked on it. It's coming in as a black icon. I'll go up here and click on white. Decrease the size to be a small icon. And to decrease the size, you just click on these little dots and you just begin to decrease it to the right size. The good thing about Canva is it actually resizes it proportionally. Look at that, companionship. That makes sense, right? So now we're going to continue and do the same for all of these. I don't need this. I'm not going to keep this section. So I'm going to delete those. I will shorten this. Maybe use that as a design element. We'll see if there's enough space. So now pay attention to how I'm going to do this. This is going to make your work a little bit easier. Let me just make this the right size. You can just kind of work on this until you get it to the size that you want. You can also use the arrow keys on your keyboard to move up and down. The up arrow, down arrow, left arrow, right arrow. All right, I'm happy with this. So once you're happy with this, click on the icon and hold down shift on your keyboard and click on the word companionship. The next thing you're going to do is right here, you're going to click group to group them so that they move together. Okay. And then from here, you're going to count how many services do you have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Click here on duplicate and make copies enough to fit 8. So duplicate, duplicate, duplicate. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep. Just enough space, and then we leave this as a little design element at the bottom. So our next service, so what we're going to now just do is replace companionship with the appropriate service. Now we may have to make some tweaks because some of these are a little bit longer than the word companionship. Let's select meal preparation, click copy. And if you're a home care agency owner, you're welcome to go ahead and use these services if you're offering the same non-medical services as my company, my wonderful company called Faithful Texas Home Care. All right, gonna copy and paste. So light housekeeping came on 2 lines. That's fine. I'll just move it up a little bit so that it's in the center of this icon. All right, let's move on. We're continuing. We select, I push Control C for copy, or you can right click copy, double click, and transportation assistance. Click in there, click ungroup so that you can shift this one by itself. There we go. Next, we've got grocery shopping and errands. Gonna double click companionship, put that there, click out, then I'll click in again, ungroup, and shift that one so that it matches. Medication reminders. I think you got the idea. This one might be a little bit long. Let's see what it's going to look like. Yeah, we may need to stretch this a little bit. So let me click here, ungroup. Might need to just do that. There we go. That way everything is either on 1 line or 2 lines. All right, and last but not least, mobility assistance. Control C. These are some of the common services for home care agencies. Of course, your list may be different. All home care agencies are different in what they offer. But Faithful Texas Home Care does offer all these services. All right, so this is wonderful, but my icons don't really match. So I want to just get a little bit extra creative and match my icons. So let's see if we can say meal icon and find a free one. That's the only problem, is trying to find a free one. And I know I promised that we'll keep this free. So yes, here's one. All right, meal preparation. So I'm going to delete this little icon of the companions, bring this here, resize it with these little handles, resize it, and I'll move it here. And then I'll turn it white. Look at that. So you go ahead and join me in going through. I'm going to fast forward this video so you don't have to watch all of this. But let's go ahead and just find the right icons that you feel work for your services, and then we'll come back. Okay, if you've reached this far and you updated all your icons like I did, you are a hero. Give yourself a hand. This is what I came up with: companionship, meal preparation, light housekeeping, transportation. I've got a shopping cart for grocery, a little pill bottle, a comb, and a wheelchair sign. All of these are part of the free icons. So I wish I would have gotten a little bit of a better pill icon. It took a while to find this one, so we'll just work with it for now. But I would prefer if they were all just white without this outline. Maybe later I'll look for a better icon. But this is looking good so far. Now all that's left is to just fill in these remaining parts, change a couple of images, and then we're good to go. So for here, these two sections, I'm going to, what I've prepared was a call to action. This is going to be my call now for free consultation section here. So I'm going to copy that headline, call now for free consultation. Let me make this a little bit bigger for you to see. Hopefully that's better. So I'll select this text and paste, call now for free consultation. Here I've got some text that I've written for this section, and I'll paste that as well. And since I'm asking them to call, I need to put the phone number, so you don't want them to have to hunt for it. All right, let's make sure there's enough space. There we go. This is looking great. All right, my next section for this, I decided to put a promotion. We're giving out referrals, referral rewards. And here I ask them if they know anyone. It says, do you know someone who may be in need of our home care services? Refer a friend or family member, and both of you will receive a $250 Visa gift card after 60 days of service, of course. That's another wonderful tutorial that we're going to do so that you can set up your referral program. All right, now I promise that I'm going to change this section because I'm not going to be putting my picture. Maybe you don't want to be putting your picture on the brochure. If you do, that's even perfect. That's wonderful personalization. But for the sake of this company, I won't be putting my personal picture. So I'm just going to go ahead and delete this section, including the gray box. Then I'm going to expand this gray box here. Then I'll select these three pieces of text and move them down for now. And I will expand this photo frame because I want to put a picture about respite care. I'm going to delete the doctor here and find a nice picture that, yeah, this is a really good one. She looks tired. She needs a break. Respite care is exactly what she needs. Let's download this photo as a large. Come back here and we'll add that instead. So this is going to be my respite care section where I talk about respite services. Okay, let's undo. That's not what I meant to do. Let's pull it this way, bring it into the frame. Look at that. It's perfect. All right, so here's my respite care text. Our respite care services let you take a break from caregiving responsibilities. I'm going to remove that as a headline, and I'm just going to actually put this. Do you find yourself feeling overwhelmed as a caregiver for your loved one? Let's copy that. Make that the headline here. Use the bold text as the headline text. I'll just stretch it out here and then paste. Then I'm going to move this text. I'll delete this dermatology doctor text, and then now I'll expand. I will expand the detail text. All right, I'm going to copy this and paste it right in there. Look at that. Let's make this a little bit bigger. Wow, did we just finish our brochure? Almost. I think all we have to do is change this photo. All right, for this photo, let's see. I think I saw something that will work. At the very top was a pair of caring hands. Look at that. This is perfect. Click that. Click on large. Download that. We'll go back into Canva. Go to uploads. Click upload files, and let's bring it in. I'm going to drag that here. Oh, wow. This is beautiful. I'm just going to double click it so that we can align it better, align those hands better. Beautiful. Okay, let me just expand my window so we see everything in context here. Guys, I think we've got an amazing brochure. This is actually a complete and full home care brochure. I'm going to lower this little design element so that it's not creating tension with the mobility assistance here. If we want, we can actually, what can we put here? Should we leave it blank? Oh yeah, I know what we can put. We can copy our website and bring it down there as well. Change the text color to white. Increase the font size. Stretch it out a little bit. There we go. I'm going to make this bold. Okay, yeah, there we go. And underline that. Let's see if we underline that. That looks good. Guys, this is amazing. We've created a whole brochure within just a short time. You're now actually ready to print and take this out to the world for everyone to see. Now, because I'm so picky, this is a design thing, I just feel like this color of, the color of this photo is a little bit too, it just doesn't seem to have the same feel and tone. Like you see, these are more cool colors, and then this is so warm. So I'm going to click edit photo right here, and under filters you can click see all. Let's see if we can find a more cool filter. There we go. That's better. Nice and cool. Let me see if I can find something even cooler. Not too many here. Yeah, I think that's the best one. Maybe we can try this. How's that? I think I'll stick with this one. Yeah, this looks good. You can decide, you know, with design, it's just a matter of how you feel, the way it makes you feel. But I'll go ahead and stick with the the one here, Nordic. I think that's good enough. Maybe we can actually just brighten. If you just click adjust here, go edit photo and click adjust, you can brighten it up just a little bit. And then you can decrease the saturation. Something like that. And then the tint will also allow you to cool it down a little bit. Now that looks pretty good, right? That looks something similar. It has the same feel as the rest of the photo. Oh yes, temperature is another setting, by the way, that you can use to cool it down. When you stretch it out here, yeah, I think that feels a lot better. Wow, okay. Now let's look at it in the preview. Your services are showing up. Nice call to action here. Referral rewards. Wow, this makes me want to hire this company right away. Faithful Texas Home Care. I should probably start this agency for real. This is nice. All right. So look, if you want to print with Canva, you can actually print through Canva. They'll do prints for you. But if you don't want to print with Canva, what you can do, X this out, you're going to click on share. And when you click on share, you'll click on download, because you're going to just want this as a PDF for you to keep and maybe to email. So you're going to choose PDF print and then select under color profile, select CMYK, best for printing. Now the CMYK, they've made that into a pro feature, so you can go ahead and print the RGB, which is best for digital use, but don't worry, it will look just fine on your print. Let's go ahead and download that. Okay, this is telling me your design contains premium content. Oh no, some of my icons are premium. All right, let's see which icons are premium here. Okay, there's a house. Where's the house? There's a phone and there is a web. Oh yeah. This is the phone right here. This is the web. Where's the house? All right, let's take care of the ones that we see. I'm going to ungroup here. So I'm going to go to elements and type in web icon and look for one that's free, like this one. Almost the exact same thing, right? Change that to white and bring that down so that it fits here in the middle of the circle. Here we go. Okay, phone icon. Let's find a free one. You can click see all so you can see more options. Here's one right here. Perfectly good free icon. Sorry, Canva. Not spending money today. We're on a budget. We just started this agency. We're trying to save some money. All right. So it's still accusing me of having a little house. I don't have a house in here, do I? Does anybody see a house? Let's try this again. I'm going to click share, go download, click PDF print, and download. Where is this icon? Here's what we're going to do to look for it. So I think it's hiding somewhere, maybe within the white. So I'm going to click position. I'm going to click layers, and now I'm going to look through. There it is. It was hiding. So yeah, if you ever want to see all the layers on your document, you just click position and then you click layers. Then you'll be able to see everything. I don't even know where this is hiding. Oh, it's hiding behind the web. Interesting. All right. Well, looks like we found it. Let's go ahead and try this one more time. Download and PDF for print. Click download. Woo! This is now downloading our brochure onto our computer. Now that that's downloaded, I'm going to click here to show in folder. And it comes in as a PDF. It says Dental Care Trifold, so I'll just rename this. What's the company name again? Faithful Texas Home Care. Beautiful. This is now a PDF file that I can start emailing to people to actually showcase my services. This is how it looks in Adobe Acrobat. Beautiful, just beautiful. And now we're ready to print. So I'm going to go ahead and hit File Print here. Your print settings will be different, but generally I'm just going to print both. You can, for some printers, you can click this print on both sides of paper and it'll actually do the flipping and print for you. My printer doesn't have that flipping mechanism, so I'm just going to print page 1. I'm going to go here and click print pages 1 to 1. I'll click print page 1. Then I'll also I'll flip it myself and print page 2. If you're going to do a whole bunch of them, you will print a whole lot of page 1s and then flip it and then print page 2 on the other side. It may take some trial and error to figure out, so you probably just want to do one at first, then keep trying it in your printer, flip it different directions until you figure out the right way to bring it in. All right, check this out. Doesn't this look beautiful? So now I'm going to print the other side. If you don't want this hassle of printing by yourself, this is when you can take it to Staples or you take it to your Office Max and they'll go ahead and print it at a good rate as well. If you do like the ease of having Canva print it, you can do it through Canva as well. All right, it's coming. And wow, look at this. We've got beautiful brochure now ready to go and market our business. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just fold this up so that you can see. So it's a tri-fold. Basically, I'm just going to fold it like this. That's really it. And we've got our brochure. Wow. Look at that. Beautiful trifold brochure for Faithful Texas Home Care. This makes me want to start my own agency. Well, I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial as much as I did. This is actually something that you can use. Remember, like I said, the skills you learned on Canva, now you can take those and at the Canva home screen, you can type in business card, you can type in flyers, you can do so much to actually do your own marketing. So I hope you really enjoyed this tutorial. If you are a home care agency owner, I invite you to come and look at our website, kgydigital.com, where you can learn more about the services that we offer. Some of our most prominent services are those that actually bring clients to your business. So if you would like to learn more about our digital marketing services, our web development services, visit kgydigital.com to learn more. And as I said earlier, if you need a website for your business, get in touch with us at KGY Digital. We'll be able to give you a discount on our starter website bundle. Thank you so much. We look forward to the next tutorial.